Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ivy becomes fierce, fulfilling Beth's wish. According to the week spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Beth Spencer's dream will be fulfilled before Remy Price's secret is revealed. Let's talk about what will happen on the CBS soap opera, as Ivy Forrester will also become enraged following a shocking event in the showroom. First of all, Liam Spencer will not hesitate to express his desires to Hope Logan, and he hopes that she would share them. Following a charming speech, Liam will propose an engagement ring and insist that they remarry. Hope and Liam will use the lessons they've learned from their previous relationship to this passionate reunion. It appears that Hope will accept Liam's marriage proposal fast. Thus Beth will soon receive updates on this significant event. Beth will be thrilled to learn that Liam and Hope are fulfilling her wish because she has been pressuring her parents to get married. Hope will visit the showroom with Ivy, Electra Forrester, and Daphne Rose to collaborate after she returns her focus to the resurrection of hope for the future. Deke Sharp is also going to attend that meeting, but when he drags Remy along, everything will go awry. According to spoilers, Electra will naturally lose her temper after just one glance at her erstwhile stalker. Because of the deepfake photos Remy made and the other destruction he wreaked on her life, Ivy is aware of how terrible Ivy's experience was. Ivy will undoubtedly strike out at Remy as well, making it very evident that he is not wanted at Forrester Creations. When Deke finds out about Remy's background, he will be appalled, but Remy will undoubtedly ask for forgiveness and another opportunity. Hope will undoubtedly pressure Deke to dump Remy, and given what has already transpired with Luna Nozawa, Deke may decide to end their relationship. Although that doesn't imply that Remy and Deke will never be together again, Deke will at least require some time and space to process everything. They will battle temptation in the doctor's office with Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes. If Taylor and Deacon allow it, their moment together could blossom into something explosive. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon and Taylor will both need to work through some complicated emotions, so tune in. Luna's last thought is most likely the worst one she has ever had. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna Nozawa's latest concept is most likely the worst she has ever had. This is because she may offend the Spencer family by asking her father, Finn, to raise her child for her. Given that Bill Spencer has stated unequivocally that she will not touch the baby as soon as she gives birth, Luna is aware that she is at this point at a loss for options. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful naturally express their opinions on social media. In any case, would Steffi want to be in charge of Luna's kid? I don't think so, since Steffi's family would become much more of a target if and when Luna is released from prison. Will initially stated he didn't want the baby, another reviewer remarked. The grandparents are left. Despite the fact that older grandparents have reared children, Katie and Bill appear somewhat elderly. Steffi and Finn are more than capable, and they have small children. Steffi has never expressed a desire to have another child with Luna, and taking on her child is not his birth control. Finn has been feeling some guilt over the way Luna turned out with him not being there, was another statement. Additionally, Bill's judgment has been everywhere. Naturally though, Steffi will need a lot of persuasion for such a thing. Remy reveals what Liam suggests. When Liam Spencer encountered Hope Logan a short while later, he observed that she had removed the engagement ring that Carter Walton had given her weeks before. We never found out what transpired next, but judging by the fact that Hope and Liam were still unsure of their respective positions on Friday, it doesn't seem to have been anything significant. This week, however, everything is going to change when Liam determines that Hope's finger is a bit bare. Is Hope on the verge of getting engaged again when Liam pops the question? Hope is unsure of her thoughts. She was unaware that Liam was currently thinking so intently. She admitted that there were reasons why Liam and Beth split up, but she informed Brooke Logan that it seems good to be with them. However, that was 2 years ago, and it appears that those reasons are no longer relevant. Steffi Forrester Finnegan is now happily married and has a life of her own, and Thomas Forrester is no longer in her life. Does that imply that she and Liam can actually make another attempt? Liam sincerely hopes so. Hope is more focused on her fashion brand and her new lead designer, her own brother Deke Sharp, than she is on Liam. Remy Price eventually consents to reveal his face since Hope and the other employees at Forrester Creations are eager to see the man in Deke's life. He enters Eric Forrester's office, and Electra Forrester is appalled. The man who had been stalking her had returned. Electra wants him gone immediately. Will Remy be able to justify his transformation? Does he tell Deke why seeing him makes Electra so happy? Electra's feelings were severely damaged by Remy, who now appears to regret all that occurred. Is the love between Deacon and Sheila too toxic? Officially, it's cuffing season, when the majority of unmarried people experience loneliness. Since their heated argument, Deacon and Sheila are feeling isolated. Sheila informed him about Luna's survival. The issue was that Deacon was already aware of it. Sheila should have told him first. Deacon and Taylor have been talking about their marriage. He wants to determine the path his heart should take. Despite the fact that she is obviously there to help him, as a therapist should, Deacon enjoys chatting to Taylor. Surprisingly, Sheila hasn't been fired by Deacon yet. Perhaps he is more aware. She might return to kill him while he was asleep. Daphne and Carter will join them for a Thanksgiving supper. There seems to be a strategy in place to gradually grow this pair. Deacon, meanwhile, finds himself torn between two women. He likes talking to Taylor about how he feels. However, he and Sheila also have an intense and passionate relationship. On the other hand, opinions regarding Sheila and Deacon's romance have been divided from the beginning. They don't have a great relationship. In an attempt to become involved in the lives of their children, Hope and Finn, who were becoming close, Sheila urged Deacon to kiss her, which sparked their romance. Deacon consented to act as Sheila's boyfriend. They eventually formed a sincere bond. But Deacon didn't want to be associated with a heartless murderer. Before Luna came into the picture, he ought to have reconsidered that. Despite his misgivings over Sheila's criminal history, Deacon's affections for her developed into a sincere bond that ultimately led to his love. Additionally, he thinks Sheila has evolved and no longer wants to murder others. That might alter, though, if Deacon decides to leave her for Taylor. The issue, though, is that Sheila has resumed her deceit, conniving and sneaking. She kept her granddaughter's survival a secret from Deacon. She is going to choose her granddaughter above him once more. Unless she can demonstrate that she has changed, this slow-burning plotline may end. Is solitary confinement the outcome of Luna's lunacy? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna Nozawa's request for an inmate to beat her up this week marked a new low. She may have misjudged the issue horribly, but she believed this would get her sprung from the clink. Here are the details of Luna's most recent offense. Bill Spencer warned Luna in the episode that he would do nothing to assist her, but Luna doesn't listen. He was able to get her pardoned the last time, which allowed her to attack his kid and get pregnant. Bill will use every power he has to keep Luna shackled, because he will not tolerate any more of her madness. Bill didn't blink when Luna was beaten by a prisoner to test his theory. What comes next? Everyone was burned when Bill was duped by this trick once before. Luna complains that the only place she feels safe is in the Spencer mansion. However, we suspect that her presence is desired. Bill will soon have her removed from his spiritual life. Given his assessment of Luna's immorality, he would suggest solitary confinement as a means of keeping Luna safe while she is incarcerated. Bill worries for the well-being and security of Will Spencer's little grandchild. In order to protect the child from predators, Bill might resort to solitary confinement. Luna will ensure her safety by avoiding contact with other prisoners if placed in solitary confinement. We're fairly certain she didn't consider this before being beaten by Leatherface. However, Luna is her own worst adversary, as we have stated. The thought of what she will do next to achieve her goals is mind-boggling. Right now, red-hot spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Luna's scheme might have an explosive backlash. Let us know what you think about a pregnant woman being beaten up. Luna massaged her stomach to confirm that she was pregnant, Natch. At this pace, erosion will be a concern for her before the conclusion of this pregnancy. Playing Will like a fiddle, the scammer said. I sincerely hope that nothing else happens. And despite his expression said, ah crap. He vowed not to be influenced. Am I not being influenced? Will left his visit with Luna and went back to work. I apologized to Forrester. Recapping the discussion he had just had with his baby mama was on his long list of things to do. Electra had a suspicion that you were concerned about her. She didn't distinguish between his concern for Luna and his concern for the infant in her imagination. She asked Deacon at Taylor's office if he would ever be able to trust Sheila again. The madwoman was worried because she had heard the psychiatrist encouraging her patient to move on to this next chapter. Deacon didn't respond, so Taylor answered for him. According to her, the couple's trauma bond now tended toward codependency. After that, she played back a litany of Sheila's most recent transgressions. "Don't you think I should leave her?" Deacon inquired. I hoped Taylor would respond, but she didn't. "No, I think you should have never gotten mixed up with that crackpot in the first place," she said. She actually said, "Your heart hasn't failed you yet." Deacon acknowledged at the end of the episode that he wanted his father to leave Sheila, but he also made a facial emoji that showed how sad Deacon was. That is, I'm sad about Sheila. On the other hand, Taylor, I feel so fortunate to have her in my life, he remarked, seemingly in awe of his new girlfriend's beauty. Simultaneously, Sheila spoke in her most honest tone to Taylor, who ventured to point out that despite her changes, she continued to lie about Luna. Sheila remarked, "Deacon is everything to me," adding that because her granddaughter was no longer a threat, there was no reason to worry. She would never again be a concern for Taylor and Steffi. Lastly, Will and Electra bemoaned the unfairness of the Luna situation and how it was killing them. He was determined not to let it ruin their relationship, though. I'm not entirely certain what the revelation that Electra was supposed to have in this episode was. Perhaps Will took care of Luna on a second-hand basis now that the kid was born?